Seattle, Washington, home to renowned franchises present and past, from the Seahawks to the Supersonics, but there is a cornerstone program in this city. It is the Huskies of UW. They've always had a place here, a place of excellence that these fans hope will continue today. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and we've got a team that makes it into the top 25. Now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Washington likely to try to boot it deep to get things started. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense takes the field to start this game off. And as we watch this wide receiver come onto the field, when you have a dude like this, you find ways to get him the ball over and over again, no matter what the defense tries to take away. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And how about this guy upholding that linebacker tradition of a Shaq Thompson or a Mason Foster?
And you think about those guys, they can do a little bit of everything. They can play the run and be physical, but they have the athletic ability to play in coverage. Just versatile defenders.
Well, the linebacker showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He'll pull it down. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground. The Rebels decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Fair catch called for and made. So the Washington Huskies offense has the ball for the first time. And they seem to believe that they can take big plays away and man coverage by just locking him up in this matchup, David.
And it's hard to lock down a great wide receiver, but a great defensive back versus a great wide receiver, we got a showdown.
Yeah, let's be honest, David. Most defenses don't have a dude like that, a cornerback, that could do that in a game like this. But this matchup is unique, and it's going to really determine the outcome of the game.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Catch in the middle, it's Cano. Tackled after picking up the 1st down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Quarterback on the move, still looking. He'll fire back across his body, and it's intercepted. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38. First play of the drive comes from the 38. The give to the tailback. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Caught in the backfield, it's Hunter. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down. And the Rebels will have it 1st and 10. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Caught in the backfield, it's Cano. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. That kind of pickup on 1st down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. He's looking to throw. Got his man downfield. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Ole Miss!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
and Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Got his man. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. He's looking to throw it. Finds the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And here comes the offense on second down. Off play action. Makes the grab on the left. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. It's going to catch a big fella.
Hauled down at the 38-yard line and a big pickup of 15 yards there. On 1st and 10 from the 38. Use the play fake, now to throw. And that one's incomplete. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Quarterback checking off. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And that ball is picked off. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35. Offense getting set for 1st down. He wants to throw. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. The incomplete pass leaves him with 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. And early in this one, they're having issues again, keeping their quarterbacks standing up straight.
Made a defender miss. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. The Rebels will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative and play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Part of the DNA of the Washington offense has been a guy who can get it done with his arm.
And just finding a guy that makes everybody around you better, that can make the right decisions, that can highlight your skill positions. That's what get the Washington fans going crazy, going nuts, and that's when they have those great football teams.
He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. They're going to throw it again. Out of the backfield, he's open. There to make the stop, but they use the back in the passing game and pick up the 1st down. And the Huskies have this offense rolling. Movement here from the tight end. To the air on 1st down. Get it out on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed. After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. He's back to throw on 2nd down. He looks that one in nicely. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the 1st down. The Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Fast motion from the offense. try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. You want to talk about a guy that's seeing it before it happens and delivering on time. The Huskies have it going right now.
And that's what great quarterbacks do. They read your mail before it gets there. They know exactly what coverage you're in, so they can take advantage of it, use their brain to outsmart you. Nice execution, and he is on fire.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Complete. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a first down.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Makes the catch. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Then you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating a loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason. So
he holds it in, and nobody's close. The crowd and touchdown, Rebels!
it was a really nice job on the route concept because they got the safety occupied, which opened up the deep middle of the field for the receiver on the post. He uses his speed. Nice job by the quarterback, putting it out in front of him. He makes the catch and then runs it into the end zone.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Looking to go up top on first down. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. Let's see what they've got on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Gets open down the middle.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab well past the sticks. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Trying play action. Quarterback moving. Finds his man. It's Cano. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. This third down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He locked up and held on to bring him down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Lining up to convert 3rd down. The snap sets up the throw. He's got it. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
Really nice job there of the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on 3rd down, setting up 1st and goal.
And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Husky!
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like 2 heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. They go to the counter. Fighting off the defender. Oh, better look out. He's loose. They'll immediately call timeout.
And how about that, man? If you're a defense, that's demoralizing. You get them in a known passing situation. They slip the run in there. All you got to do now, you're playing deep for pass, but now come on.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Little too much juice on that one from the junior.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Makes the pass. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers. Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They get to him as he throws. Got a man in the middle. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. On 1st and goal, let's see what Washington does. He's looking to throw. And he's got it! Touchdown, Washington!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And he takes this from inside the 5. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great scene today in Seattle. The passing game for both sides has been outstanding. On point, unrelenting. They've excelled in the short game, the intermediate game, and especially on the deep ball. All in all, a thrilling display of offensive firepower, and these defenses have a lot to discuss here at halftime.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They have the lead to start the 3rd quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger. We might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security. Premium as this game goes on.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Oh, he would have loved to pick up a few more yards on that return, but they've still got it at the 31. Here comes the offense on 1st down. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Got it behind the line. It's Cano. Off he goes. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. Snapped it in the shotgun. Fires to the tight end. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Lets it fly. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the third. On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
They'll give it to the back. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. At the 45, on his way. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The offense has it 1st and 10 from the 42. To the ground with the back. Running like he wants that football as he gets to the 37.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Got to give the defense credit, man. They've won the day, especially against the pass. They've gotten to the quarterback. They've hit him. They forced him to throw up his back foot on that one. They've had 3 interceptions in this game. What a day for this defense.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. 4th down in inches, and you go read any book you want to, any analytical measure, and it will tell you, go for it. Washington coming to the line with another first down. The back goes in motion. Got the first down and more. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's got it again. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing.
He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Dragged down at the 6 after a pickup of 2. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. They're setting up the screen. Touchdown, Washington! They take the lead with the 6. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he'll bring it back. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure.
And the sack all the way back at the 5. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Hand off from the shotgun. Fights off a defender. Strong run and useful. Picks up 4 out to the 9. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Hunter. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive here.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Jones. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the...
Touchdown, Huskies! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Let's see what he can do with the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Whew, boy, this freshman quarterback has a hose. Did he zing that thing in there? Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Caught in the backfield. It's Hunter. Still on his feet at the 45. The expressway is wide open. Touchdown, Rebels! And once he got loose, it was all over. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll leave it with him. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. He slings it deep to the left. And he's got it inside the 35.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
And he'll pick up the 1st down after a tough run there.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Leaves it with the back. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You want to bring in your tight ends? You want to bring in more beef for that offensive line? I'm going to bring in more beef. Nice job by the defense understanding the situation. Red zone, field shrinks. I need more bigger personnel on the field, some big guys that can stop the run. Played the run well. Great job by the defense understanding the situation.
That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
This is one of those unique situations in a game as a head coach. You're trying to feel the momentum, and what's your confidence in your quarterback, because you've got fourth, you're in field goal range, but you've got the weapons to get one more completion and ice this thing. So do you kick the field goal or do you go for it?
Here we go. What great shape they will be in if they can punch in a touch. Quarterback sneaks it forward and into the end zone for a touchdown. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth.
Every quarterback in college football on quarterback sneak knows before the snap if they're going right or left because of who's the best guard, who's the best tackle combo that can get position. That time he picked the right side on 4th down when they had to have it to score.
Offense set on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's got the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down mark. The Rebels racing to the line in the hurry up. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Fires to the big fella. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. He lost it high and deep down the left side. Fires the pass, intercepted. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost done.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Cano. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Jean-Pierre. And good coverage by the defense. Just a short gain.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the...
And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Let's go. Talk about having one foot in the grave. This was almost over. They're up by 2 possessions in the 4th quarter, and they got the football. Thank goodness they're choosing to throw the football, not run the clock. Man, we needed that pick. Now it's the offense's turn to go out and make something happen.
Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the left. Makes the catch and knocked down. They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Cano. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give them a 1st down. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Well, and here's the problem offensively, because you're trailing by so much so late in the game.
And the quarterback is snowed under, trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. On On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Unloads to the wideout. He makes a catch. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. Going up top on 1st down. They're bringing heat. That's caught. It's Tolzien. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Rebels have taken it inside the 20. Now from inside the red zone. Going for 6. Go to the end zone. It's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. He's got it on the right. And he's brought down after a huge completion. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. He's going to pass. Blasted as he lets it go. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Makes the catch. It's Cano. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He's got it. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Husky. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. That throw might have been a little too hot. He couldn't haul it in inbound. They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. He's going up top here late in the game. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from.
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8th play. And that comfortable lead they enjoy right now is not slowing down the aggression, not one bit.
Well, I think at this point the coaching staff is just trying to continue evaluating their own players, and I don't hate them.
Touchdown, Husky! And the pummeling has started. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And he makes the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
That makes Washington 56,
on the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And here we go, final play of the game right here. They'll throw it on first down. He wants a big play here late. Ball falls to the turf. The final pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for this one. A little sports history, David. Upset is the only horse ever to defeat Man of War. And that's why we call games like this an upset.
I really had no clue that was a real thing. But I do know this is an upset. This team was unranked, beat a ranked team. But you went out and got your respect. You gained it now. Let's build on this throughout the season. One win, great win. Now let's go ahead and build some momentum in the future.
Reese, some might say you're not a one-trick pony with that reference. And obviously this was the team, the unranked team, that had the horses to get the...